Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
We're talking about Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode 7, Hard Launch or Soft Landing. That was the
What's
name.
that related to?
That's a good, I don't know. To
Because
be quite,
nobody was launching anything. I mean, Jassy had her party, but that was like a Super Bowl celebration.
yeah, I don't know. It was a
Hmm.
weird title, right?
It is. It is. Maybe by the end of our podcast, we'll understand it.
Maybe, but I don't think so.
I
But
don't think so
we'll
either.
give it a shot. So we start out with 7 days to Karen's court date. They put that up on the screen. And then we see Kiarna at her spa working. Mia and Jacqueline are having lunch. And then we see Stacey is in the apartment in DC and she's talking to TJ. And then I don't know if you notice this, but every time they put TJ, they put best friend in quotation marks.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, really?
I know.
It's just every interaction with him is weirder than the next.
It's just awkward.
It really is awkward.
You could say about other people, like, well, they're not used to the camera, but he's an actor.
Yeah.
So he's comfortable in front of a camera.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
know. I don't want to talk shit on the guy because he seems like a nice guy.
I know. I don't either. I just think it's awkward. I think that the activities that they do, the picture painting, and it's a contest, and they
And
were
she had to
horrible
tell him
pictures.
she was flirting with him. She had to tell
Yeah,
him, I'm flirting with you.
I know. Like, I don't
I
know.
mean, I guess it could be true that he doesn't want to have sex because of his Christianity, but you can't blame people for questioning it because it's very old traditional. Like people don't typically do that these days.
Right,
Let's just say what it is.
right. No, they don't. They don't. They don't. But I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see how it plays out.
We are going to see how this plays out.
Maybe that's the soft landing.
See, I knew we were going to crack the case wide open.
So then we see Ashley and Giselle are at Ashley's house and they're waiting for Karen to come over and they're going to talk to her because her court date is coming up. It's on 6/4/24, which I looked it up. You want to hear what I found out?
Yes, please.
Yeah. It's very interesting what I found out. So we still don't have an answer as to what's happening. The judge on July 25th, the judge delivered a ruling denying Huger's plea to dismiss the case. The court explained that based on previous Supreme Court decisions, Huger's roadside investigation did not warrant reading her the Miranda rights. So that's what they were saying, that all the evidence that they had couldn't be used because they never read her the Miranda rights. So that's why they were trying to get it dismissed. And the judge said no, it's not getting dismissed. And then they also, as a result, the judge concluded that Huger's statements should remain admissible in court as well, leading up to the rejection of the motion to suppress, because they also put a motion to suppress her statement that she made prior to being arrested, because they did like an on-scene investigation.
Right.
So it's just weird. It's still not resolved. It still hasn't gone, it hasn't gone anywhere from there. They're still trying to come up with like what their defense is going to be. It says, moving forward, Karen Huger prepares for the next steps in her DUI case. She faces an uphill battle with the court ruling against her. Her legal team will need to explore alternative strategies to defend her interests. I mean, what does that even mean? They have the evidence, and it even went on here. I know I had mentioned this earlier. I printed this whole thing out, that they did find 2 unopened cans in her car of beer, which is just weird. I don't
The
know.
thing is why are you defending this so hard? You were drunk and you drove. Take
Right,
your punishment.
right.
What are you going to do? You're going to lose your license? I mean, I don't think they're going to give her jail time for this. I think they're going to take her license away. Take your loss of license. I mean, it could be 5 years with a second,
Yeah,
but I don't know. I don't know.
right.
Just stop defending it. Stop trying to get out of it.
Yeah, I
That's what she's
agree.
trying to do. She's trying to get out of it because of who she is. Stop it. And see, this is the difference between she and Shannon.
Right. Exactly.
She's
Shannon
not
took
taking
her
any account.
punishment.
Yes, she did.
She said, let me just take, I did this. I was wrong. Let me just, move
And took
forward.
steps to better herself, like, went into a treatment program, went like,
Yeah.
Karen's not doing any of that, and it's a shame because I really did like Karen up until this, but now I'm seeing a side of her that I don't you lose respect.
Yeah, you absolutely do. Because the bottom line is they got her blood alcohol level.
Yeah,
They have everything that they need.
you were drunk.
Right.
You made a mistake,
Right. Just take
and
the
that's
punishment.
okay.
Yeah.
People do.
Take the punishment, plead guilty, and move on. I really think that, I don't think she realized it, but I think she's just making it worse for herself mentally and emotionally. Like, this is a lot of stress on you.
For sure.
Like, just move forward?
Have you noticed that Ray is not on this show at all? We'll get there, but I have that written down at the party at the end.
Yeah.
We don't see Ray at all. We saw him in the beginning of the season, but that's it.
And just for a minute in the kitchen.
Yep.
No, yeah, you're right. I didn't take note of that, but you're absolutely right. You're
I
absolutely
think
right.
Ray is over all of these shenanigans.
Yeah. So then when Karen does finally get there, she says that she hasn't seen them since Lake Norman. And Karen says that she's a little bit upset about what happened at Lake Norman, with Mia and Jacqueline saying that Karen said to them that she needed rehab. And then she brought up the YouTube video, which, that whole thing is messy.
Well, the thing is that we don't know if Mia had an opioid problem or not.
Right.
She didn't go to rehab. She went to
Right.
the hospital because she overdosed.
Right.
What's interesting to me is that, well, I don't know if Mia said it here yet. Mia said she was prescribed opioids after her C-section.
Yes, she
I
did.
never got that of my C-sections.
Yeah.
I got some Tylenol 3, and they were like, peace.
Yeah.
But I
No.
guess different doctors.
Yeah, different doctors. And, who knows? Maybe she had more complications or, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, maybe
yeah.
the pain was different. But she also said that it was accidental.
Right. And if she was taking them after a C-section, first of all, you're taking care of a new baby, like a newborn. Like
Right.
with Tess, I wrote everything down with Tess. I still have the notebook. I wrote every time she ate, every time I did this, every time, like, new
Mm-hmm.
mom. I was
Right.
at home. I had nothing else to do.
Right. Right.
But you forget things. She might have forgotten she took it and took another one. Or, who knows? She also could be full of shit because it's Mia. But I'm
Yeah.
trying to give her the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. So then Karen, being Karen, she says what she says about Mia, but then she says to Giselle, like, I know Jamal was engaged. Like, how are you feeling about that?
Yeah, she says, I'm worried too. Because Giselle goes, we're just worried about you. And
Yeah.
she goes, I'm worried too. I'm worried about you. I heard Jamal's getting married. Like deflection, just like Giselle said, deflection.
Yeah, but it just wasn't good. Then we see Wendy and her family. They're going, I think it was brunch for the kids that just graduated. One graduated pre-K and the other one graduated elementary school.
Yeah.
And her mom was there. And Eddie's talking about how he's all excited for the white party. And Wendy's mom says she's going to be wearing anything but white. She just likes
A
to,
little bit of a handful, that one.
she just likes to buck the system.
Does.
She
I
really
think she
does.
just likes to needle Wendy as much as she possibly can.
I know. So Minetti says the party started out as an idea and now it's turning into a second wedding. And Wendy's mom's like, is that why I didn't get my allowance this week? I was like, what?
I wrote that down. Did she just say she didn't get allowance? But then
Yep.
she goes on to explain, which I don't think this is the only culture that does this, by the way.
Really? Okay.
I don't
never
think
heard
so.
of it. Listen.
I never heard of it either, but I have a feeling Nigerians are not the only ones who do. I mean, in a lot of cultures, I think that once your parents get to a certain age, you take care of them.
Mm-hmm. Listen, that's great because you certainly can't count on the government to take care of you. So that's what family's for.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't think that's a bad thing.
I
know
don't
that
either.
that I would have brought it up at the lunch though. Like, where's my allowance?
Did you see that Wendy's kids were just laughing at it? I do think that this woman is joking a lot of times, and you don't know if she's joking or not.
don't think she's joking. I think she's dead serious with everything she says. And I think that because Wendy's, she's said this before, like she's afraid to really be honest with her mother. She didn't want to tell her mother that she didn't want to be a professor because her
Yeah.
mother has such high standards for her.
Yeah.
And she doesn't want to disappoint her. I feel like when she's around her mother, that she is a different person, to be honest with you, because right away she picked up her phone and she like Venmoed or Cash Apped her mom her allowance. I was like, damn.
Yeah. And how about Eddie talking about his family? So his family was invited to the party.
Yes.
Would they say some of them can't come because they don't trust anybody else to watch their kids? I guess his siblings?
I thought that, let's see, I was confused about that whole thing. I thought that they said that they invited the siblings and the parents, and the siblings were afraid for the parents to go. Like if the parents were going to be there, the siblings were afraid to go. That's how I understood it, but I could be wrong.
I read it differently. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I thought he was saying that his siblings can't go because they don't trust anyone else to babysit their kid.
That's interesting. And I thought he was saying that the siblings weren't going to go because they were afraid the way their parents were going to behave, because the parents haven't been there. But you could be right, too. So we're just going to have to watch it again and figure it out. Or maybe our listeners can let us know.
Yeah. We'll make this a clip and somebody comment. Please decipher this for us.
Right. Let us know, because we both had two different interpretations on that.
But that was something when Wendy said, so they didn't go to his wedding.
Right.
They didn't go to his law school graduation.
Yeah.
That surprised me, because if you don't like her, I understand you not wanting to go to the wedding. I don't agree with it, but I don't know. I haven't been in that spot, and God forbid, knock on wood, I hope I never am. But his law school graduation, that is solely about him and his accomplishment. And that's a huge accomplishment. How do you not go support your son?
I mean, Wendy said it's been over a decade. They've never even met her children. How do you not meet your grandchildren?
Again, that's wild. It's the same thing with Bronwyn. Well, different situation, but
like
this is your blood.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, it is. That is tough.
I'm curious to see this party. I'm curious, to see these dynamics, right?
Yeah, especially if they're there, for sure.
Yeah. So then Wendy says that her children, the only requirement she has is that they get a master's degree, and that it's written in their trust fund. They don't get the money unless they get the master's degree.
That's something.
It is something, but that's what she grew up with.
Yeah.
That's why she has 4 degrees. Maybe she was expecting 4 trust funds, but it doesn't seem like it's there.
Yeah. Do you think maybe Eddie's family has a problem with the fact that Susan gets an allowance?
Doubt it.
They're Nigerian too. Why aren't they on the payroll?
Maybe it's the mother. Maybe it's only the mother of the daughter.
The wife's mother?
Yeah. But what if you don't have daughters?
What if you have all daughters? I mean, or all sons?
All sons. Yeah. I don't know.
That clicked when we were watching that.
But how would they even know she's on the payroll? I mean, now they know.
Now they know. Maybe they've suspected it all along.
Yeah, but still.
No, listen, I'm with you. It's not anything I'm used to in family, and I hope I never have to be used to it.
No, I agree with that. So then the next scene we see, and I'll be honest with you, I really like this next scene with Ashley at her house arranging the flowers with her sons, and her mother was coming over. And this is what I like about the Housewives, to be quite honest with you. I like to see the family interactions. I like to see the side of Ashley. She's concerned about her mother. She appreciates her mother now, being a single mom. Her mom's getting older. Like, she sees things differently, and we see that interaction. Even Wendy's interaction with Eddie and the kids and her mother. I like that kind of stuff.
Me too. I'm here for it. I love it.
Yeah, we were saying how Potomac goes by so quick. I think it's because it's enjoyable to watch, and we're not just watching people fighting over stupid things.
Right, and talking shit on each other, behind each other's back, and then this one stirring the pot. It's exhausting.
It is exhausting. It is.
Ashley's mother looks fantastic, I thought. Right?
Yeah, she does look good, but I do think that she has, she does have health issues. She said that she does. And, she's got that boyfriend that is not really
How is she
financially
still
support.
with this guy? I
I
know. It's a
yeah,
silly question because we
I
all
know. I know.
have either been there or know somebody who's still there.
I think, and I'm hoping Ashley can, give her the strength to, break free from him and go find happiness and go find someone to treat you the way you deserve to be treated.
Uh,
Right?
why are you working 12-hour shifts to support somebody? Listen, I always told Eric, I have no problem working as much as you, but I will never work more than you.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I do have my little side hustle on Saturdays, but I don't even
I mean, you are working more than him anyway because you're doing the house.
well, I meant
Like
like
punching in?
yeah, 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 yeah. But you're absolutely 100% right. I do more than him.
I
He'll
mean,
argue it.
well, he doesn't listen, so there's no one to argue with this,
Exactly.
right? He's not listening to this podcast. We're good.
No. Oh,
Okay.
no, I could say whatever I want about him.
There you go. We're all good.
Yeah. No, I see your point. I just meant contributing financially.
Hmm.
And I shouldn't even say that because there are a lot of women out there who are the breadwinners and God bless you for it. That's amazing. And it doesn't make your husband any less of a
No, it
contributor,
doesn't. It really doesn't.
But my point is like I don't listen, if you're not if you can't even hold a part-time job and I'm working full-time, come on.
Right. No, it's about a work ethic. It's about,
Yeah, exactly.
it's not really even about the money so much. It's
Right.
about a work ethic and contribution to the relationship.
Right. Yeah.
So then we see Jassie's throwing the party for Darius. She's having it at the Willard. And she's excited for all the girls to meet her man. And she's excited to meet all the girls' men, which I
Now,
think is good.
yeah, did you read I read online where so they were talking about Jassie's man and his kids. And how I understood it was basically Jassie's boyfriend was with this woman and got her pregnant, and they were together. And then Jassie was the side piece.
Someone commented that on our podcast.
So maybe that's where I got it from.
Probably.
Probably. Thank you. Thank you,
Probably.
listener.
Yes. And actually, that same listener commented about the Mia and the addiction. She said that Mia admitted it in the very beginning, first season, that she had a addiction
I
problem.
did see that comment. I didn't realize it was from the same listener.
Yes, it was the same listener. And I'm like,
Okay.
because I said, thank you. I must have missed that. But Mia's saying that she never said she had an addiction problem. So
Yeah,
I
I don't
don't know.
remember her saying it, but I believe the listener.
Yeah. Listen, I do too, because listen, we can only remember so much. Even
I
when
don't
I
even,
write it down, sometimes
I
I don't know
know.
what I wrote. I'm like,
I
wait,
know,
what?
I know. If I'm tired and I just start scribbling, I'm like, oh,
So Mia shows up with ink, and Giselle and Ashley show up together. They both say that they're happy to meet Ink, but they're both kind of shading him for his height.
all the time. All the time. And then somebody else walked in with their boyfriend. Was it Kiarna?
Was it Kiarna? Yes, it was Kiarna. Yes,
And
with
they're like,
Greg,
he
right?
ain't tall either.
No. Yep. Yep.
Leave
And
these
then
guys alone.
Karen shows up with her friend Vivian.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Where is Ray?
Yep. Greg shows up with Kiarna, and Kiarna goes up to Mia and brings up about her saying that her boyfriend was a drug dealer. And I actually didn't think it was the place to do it, but Mia squashed it and apologized right then and there. So I'm
Thank
glad
God.
I'm glad we got that over with, because that would have been messy, right?
Yep.
Wendy introduces her husband Eddie to TJ and says this is Stacey's man, and TJ says, "That's right, that's right." I'm like, what?
And Wendy says, that man is not sexually active.
That's what she said. Yep. That's exactly what she said. The moment
He
that she
needs a
met
little
TJ.
happy Eddie. That's what he needs.
And then Eddie says, well, great relationships often start with great friendships. Okay.
Nice icebreaker, Eddie.
Yep. Ashley asks, like, what do you like to do together? And he said, well, we went to the zoo yesterday. I'm like, oh.
It was like he was babysitting his nephew. We went
I
to the
know.
zoo.
We painted. Did you see Watch What Happens Live?
Who was on it? Ashley?
Yep. And Teresa.
Yeah. We didn't watch it because Teresa was on it.
Well,
What's that?
Teresa was in the second chair. Ashley was in the first chair.
Teresa is a nobody now. She
Well,
shouldn't even have been behind the bar.
well, not only was she in the second chair, but when Andy introduced her, he didn't introduce her as a Real Housewife. He introduced her as on the villains. He didn't even mention the housewives.
That's interesting.
I thought that was interesting
Somebody
too.
commented and said, "Why is she even there? That's not even a Bravo show." But I mean, he does have other people on.
But
So.
E is part of the Bravo family. It's an E show. It's part of the Bravo. It's under the umbrella.
So what was
So
Teresa saying? Anything good?
she wasn't really saying anything good, but Andy asked Ashley what she thought about TJ. And Ashley's like, well, you saw him up here last week behind the bar with this glistening chest. And Teresa's like, yeah, I saw him too. Ashley's like, you don't need me to say anything else. Like, you saw him. You saw what he looked like. I'm not going to say anything.
So are they making it like he's gay?
I mean, I'm not going to say it because she's not saying it.
Right. Okay.
You
We're
know,
not saying it.
We're not saying it. She's not saying it.
Okay. They do seem like an odd match. And honestly, I'd like to know if her divorce is even final. It doesn't even seem like she wants to get divorced.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe her husband didn't want to be on the show. And maybe she really is best friends with TJ. And TJ wanted to be on the show. So they made this all up so he could be on the show.
I mean,
it's not the strangest thing we ever heard about a Bravo show, right?
I mean, Kenya would always, rent a man, right?
This girl looks so much like Kenya to me. I can't even believe it.
People are saying that too. I've seen a lot of people say that she, and you said it right away. And I do see the resemblance, but like I said, I don't know. I just think she's a lot prettier. And I think
she's younger. She's younger.
Yeah, that's
She's like a younger version.
Yeah. And she's not as harsh either. She's sweet. She's actually very sweet. Unlike Kenya, who's really salty.
I mean, she's probably not the best pick for the show. But we want, like, she's not really showing us much of her.
No.
Except this guy
TJ,
who
right.
I'm not even convinced that they're really together.
Right. No, exactly. And that's what we want to see their real lives. I don't really want to see her fighting with anybody, but if she's going to come on, I want to see her real life. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll have to wait and see how that one turns out too. Ashley was also asked about her divorce because she said that it was going to be, she should have something to sign in a month. And she said that she has an update on that, but she's saving it for the reunion. So
she didn't even say it on Watch What Happens Live?
That's what she said on Watch What Happens Live. She's saving it for the reunion. Yeah. Yeah. She's saving it for the reunion. I think Andy wanted her to save it for the reunion, to be quite honest with you, because it was like a listener that sent in that question.
Okay.
Which is fine.
Yeah, for sure.
Fine.
I've noticed that a lot of these housewives on Watch What Happens Live, when asked certain questions, they're like, you're just going to have to wait and see.
Right.
They've learned.
Yeah. Because you don't want to give it away.
Oh, and that's your job.
Right. So then Darius comes in, and he comes in with another teammate. I missed his guy's name. Was it Prince Tagawanga or something? What was his name?
Prince something.
Prince something.
Did only one other player from the team go there? We didn't see any other NFL. I was very excited to see some NFL players.
So was I. That's all we saw so far.
You missed the mark.
I know.
Jess.
But she did ask him if he was single, and he's single. So then Wendy asked Darius how his visit was to the White House, and he said it was good. It was good to hear the president speak. Okay. White House visit. And Jassy thanks everyone for coming to celebrate her 3-time Super Bowl winner man. Okay. It was weird. That whole party thing was weird.
It was like going to the joint on Mia's trip.
Exactly.
It was like, what are you doing here?
It's exactly like that. Even the
I mean, at least the guy got up and said something.
Yeah.
Because if he hadn't, it would have been really weird.
Yeah. Then Mia says to Karen, Giselle told me that you were coming after me. And Giselle says, I want to talk to these two. So she brings them aside and they go sit down at the table. And she's trying to tell Karen what happened and trying to explain the situation. And the weird thing is she pulled them away from everybody. And then everyone is there standing around them. Did you see that? It's like, did you not get the memo?
Exactly. It was an ABC conversation.
Yeah, that was a little strange to me.
Hmm.
So Mia and Karen kind of, agreed to like squash the beef. Karen admitted that she went low and that she can go low again. If you come low for me, I'm going to go lower for you.
She
La, la,
said,
la.
Karen said, when you go low, I return service.
Yeah, that's right. Our return serve. Yeah.
That was a good line.
Yeah, that was.
They both need to do some soul searching. He said Karen needs to do soul searching. So does Mia.
Yeah, they both do. They do.
Yeah.
And then we see now it's 3 days till Karen's court date, and she meets up with her cousin Kevin. And I don't know if you ever watched it when she had that spinoff. Karen had that spinoff.
I didn't.
Yeah, I did actually. And I did, we met her cousin Kevin when she went to Surrey County and we met her whole family. It was interesting though to hear that she was on the phone with him when she got into the accident.
I'm wondering if that's true. It could be
Why?
a setup. I don't know. It could be part of her defense saying she was on the phone. But I guess that they would get the phone. You could get the phone records. Yeah.
100%. They
Yeah, they would get the
100%.
phone records. So
Yeah. So she could,
how awful though to be on the other end of the phone when that would happen. Dear Lord.
I can't even imagine.
No, me neither. That's terrible.
No, I can't imagine. And Karen apologized to him, but again, still didn't really take any accountability.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the next scene was a little bit hard to watch with Ink and
Yeah.
Mia,
Yeah.
and her two kids are there. And then Gordon comes over. Mia tells the kids to go watch TV, and she wants to talk to Gordon. And Gordon's just like, I'm not gonna do one single thing to help you promote this relationship.
So, and basically he came out like he kind of broke the fourth wall and was like, I don't want to film with you. I don't want to film with him.
Right.
And how about him saying, and there's no judgment here, I am pro-choice. But when he said that, I guess she got pregnant with Ink's child while she was married to Gordon and had to have an abortion. And Ink acted like he didn't even know.
Well, he said that. This is the first time I'm hearing this, but did you see the look Mia gave him?
Yeah.
Mia shot him a look like,
That was effed up.
yeah.
This was a very hard scene to watch.
Yeah, it was. And honestly, knowing that the kids are in the other room.
Exactly.
And
especially bringing something like that up. Those kids are too young to be hearing anything like that. It doesn't sound like Gordon's taking responsibility for his part in the separation. Like he keeps throwing adultery out. And I feel like at one point we did see him say, about his mental health issues, that he didn't make it easy on her. But right now,
he's
he
not.
seems very bitter about the Ink thing, and he's just not owning up to anything.
No, I agree. He's not owning up to anything. And I just don't think it's going to get any better if they don't just, do something, because this
Yeah.
isn't healthy. And like we said, like she keeps saying how concerned she is about his mental health, but yet she's leaving her kids alone with him. So,
Especially since he is so bitter about the Ink thing. Like, I just hope he's not like putting them in the middle and asking questions and, because that would really suck for them.
yeah. Yeah.
It's not
And then,
good.
no, it's not good. Because then Gordon says, I'm really done here. You guys have fun. And he leaves. And then Mia says, my kids don't even know you and I are a thing. They just think you're my best friend. I'm sure your kids know that he is not your best friend, Mia.
That was bullshit.
No, it was
That was
bullshit.
complete bullshit.
Yeah, it totally
They
was
see you
complete.
sleeping in bed with him. They already
Right.
have seen you sleeping in bed with him.
Right. Because that came out at the last reunion.
Yeah, there's something not, she's full of shit.
But then she did say, she's lived with this for 11 years and she deserves happiness and she's done. Well, then get the divorce and move on.
Right.
Right.
And
Get
then
the divorce.
he's got to, get himself the right help, get himself a job so you're not paying for him. But right now, she's probably on the hook for alimony if they do get divorced because he doesn't have any income.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I did enjoy this episode. I did not like the whole Gordon Mia scene.
No, that was.
But I do like to get to know them. I like to, see real moments with them and not this fake staged rumors, pranks.
Right.
I don't.
Yeah. I have no interest in New York. I have no interest in it. It's terrible.
I know. You and I, we talked about not doing because we have so many we're doing now.
Right.
So one of our New York dropped today, our episode from last week in New York dropped today. And one of our listeners who comments frequently said that she loved the podcast. She said all these things about it and all about the Scientology. She was giving us a lot of information about Scientology.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So I replied back to her like, listen, we're thinking about not doing New York anymore. Like, what are your thoughts on it? So
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what she says,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
we'll
thank
still
you.
do it. We'll just condense it. We won't do,
Yeah,
maybe we'll do 2
add it
episodes
on.
together.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
you know,
Because honestly, it's just a shame, and I do blame production because I feel like these women are interesting. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. It's just being produced the wrong way. Did you see Bethany came out and had a whole lot to say today?
oh, I did not about this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what did she say?
It sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks. And basically, like, you need to call Luann, Dorinda, Ramona, and Sonia and get their asses back on the show.
Yeah. I mean,
it just didn't work. The reboot didn't work. They did it wrong.
That's it. They did it wrong.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like, remember, early New York, like Alex was asking Jill about the schools, and Jill was like, I can get you in touch with this person, like that, like, we were seeing them with their families, their kids, their,
Yes.
their networking and how they were maneuvering through the city. We're not seeing any of that. We're just seeing nonsense, bullshit, talking behind each other's back, stirring the pot, making up stories.
Yes, that's all we're seeing.
Like, you live in New York City. You have to make up a story?
Yeah. That's crazy.
I agree. And we could go on and on. It's not good. It's just not good.
It's not good because honestly, I think of all the cities, New York, that should be a main character in the Real Housewives of New York. And we're not even seeing that. Like, we're not even seeing the city. We're just seeing fighting in like random places. We're not really even seeing a good part of New York, which is like we do in Beverly Hills and we do in Orange County.
I mean, the Quiet Woman
is
its own character.
Yeah.
And this is Orange County, California. Like, come on.
Right. Exactly.
I forget the name of it, but when the OGs were on, like that place that Luann always went to with Tom, they always talked about that one place.
Yeah, I know where you're talking about now. I can't think of it. And that's where Sonia said, why are you here without Dorinda?
Yeah.
I can't think of the name of it. I know what you're talking about, though. But yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, they got to switch it up.
They got to do something because this isn't working.
No, it's not. I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else?
No.
Okay.
They just better not F up New Jersey. They better not reboot New Jersey because after this, we know a reboot doesn't work. I don't know what you're going to do about Jersey, but don't reboot it. But I do think that for Jersey, they should keep Danielle and Rachel and Melissa because I like her, and bring on Frank Catania's fiance.
She doesn't want to be on.
No, I want her to be on.
She doesn't want to be on.
But if she's on with these women, she doesn't have to worry about any claws coming out. And then, or just a couple more young women in their age group, in their circles, raising children. And it'll be like how it was when it first came on. Right?
Yeah.
Like a newer generation. But they got to keep a couple. They have to keep Rachel. They have to keep Rachel and Danielle. I firmly believe that they're keeping Rachel and Danielle. And
okay, we'll have to wait and see
the rest of it.
What about Margaret? You think Margaret's staying?
I want Margaret to stay because I like Margaret, but I don't know. I could see them getting rid of Teresa and Margaret right now. I really could.
I did see recently online that Jen Aiden was with Teresa. They were out together, and Louis was out there as well. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Because they've been kind of keeping a low profile. I definitely don't
think Jennifer Aiden's coming back. I think Andy hates her.
Well, hate is a strong word. You're not allowed to say those words.
You're right. I think Andy strongly dislikes her. I don't think Andy likes her at all.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think he's a big fan. Especially
after talking about Jersey. I can't wait to see what happens.
I know. And we don't even know because we're not even going to find out until 2025. And then by the time they start filming,
only a
And then we
month and
get
a
to
half
see it.
away.
We're talking about it's going to be a year. It's going to be a year before we see anything.
I know.
You'll make it. You're going to make it. You'll be
I
okay.
know. I'll be all right.
Okay.
I need a
Until
support
next
group.
time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.